whether it's pronounced Roswell or Rosewill, before I do my review and overview of the monitor arm from them, I would like to go over two things first. Yeah. The first thing I want to mention is to make sure that your monitor that you are choosing to mount on the monitor arm actually supports VESA mounting that the monitor arm uses. The second thing is to make sure the power cord and the input cable for your monitor actually reach the power outlet and your computer respectively. Most cables are standard at 3 feet, and that's typically only long enough to actually route through the monitor arm and not actually get to the power outlet or your computer. So I'll be going over this Roswell monitor desk mount. It is the version RMS 16001. It's just a standard desk mount. It's not a wall mount like my other monitor is. It has the option of a desk clamp and a grommet. Looking at monitor arms recently, before when I got the monitor, the wall mount, I didn't know about the grommet mounts that go straight through the desk, but I still would have preferred the wall mount for my main monitor that's hanging up there. This one is going to be hanging somewhere over here as a secondary monitor so that I can actually have any chat steering streaming up large and big in any other tasks that I want. It'll be much better than the Kindle I have off to the side right now. Much, much better. I will try to first do a desk clamp in this area right here because the monitor arm won't be able to swing out fully if I put it at the back of the desk. This, I am thinking, is most likely not going to work, so my last test is going to end up being doing a drill for the grommet mount somewhere right around here and have it anchored right there so that the monitor swings out that way. So here's a look on the inside of the box. There was more plastic around it, but I have already opened it and took a look at everything. Over here we have some of the hardware mounting stuff. There are more bolts in a bag down here that's currently a little pinched underneath the monitor arm itself. Here's an Allen wrench / Phillips screwdriver combination that is used for tightening screws in the tension on the monitor arm. And this is a cable route for that snaps onto the back of the mount. So I'll kind of try to show you the process as I'm putting it together. So far I've kind of strung my power cord through. I've been testing lengths of the cable. It seems like it would be fine going here so far. We shall see when we get to the actual clamp part. I guess depending on the thickness of your desk, it has like height adjustment this way. Mine's not terribly thick, so I'll end up using the smallest height adjustment. Making sure it's tight without being too tight because I don't really want it to damage my desk that much. So that is nice and sturdy. This has been moving a little stiff. I don't know if it'll get better with some wear or not. Now when I move this part is much stiffer than this part. This will have a higher chance of moving the base while you have the clamp going. Okay. Now the guide basically wants us to put in, because I'm pretty sure this is going to use the larger mounting spots on the monitor arm. It wants us to screw a couple screws in, not all the way, but just partially. So after you put on the screws, you're going to slip it on to these top slots, and you're just going to slip it on, and then you'll tighten it after you put in these screws. So the bay comes with two different size screw thickness depending on what your monitor has. It also comes with washers that we will also want to use. So do make sure you use the washers. They do have that in the instructions, and I'm certain that there is a reason for them. So make sure you use them. That's trouble. At least my monitor arm came loosened to the extreme. And I don't know what weight that would actually hold, but probably not a lot. Pretty much everybody is going to want it tightened a good portion of the way. And for it to require this much tightening, in order to get up to max, that is a bit ridiculous. It should come closer to midway. That's probably a little much. Now, after all that effort to get that to try and work, the location didn't really allow me to actually put the monitor where I wanted. It was just the completely wrong spot. So from there, I am switching over to actually going to the grommet mount. I kind of forgot to document this part, but I decided to try doing the grommet mount instead. I used the little plate that's going to be for the grommet mount to help me get some measurements done to figure out where I want it on here, and then I started a pilot hole first, and then we're going to go with a larger drill here in the moment. Don't want to step up to that one. clean head on the other side, because I didn't really have anything underneath, but that came out pretty well. So this is the bolt that will go down for the grommet. Fits pretty well. So for this one, you will need the base plate. The bolt will go through so that the square part of the bolt that's up close to the top fits in square with the base. So I've had this working for quite a while now, actually, a few weeks. This is the current setup I've been using for my monitors. The tilt on this monitor is way too loose, even at its max settings for me personally, because if I try to move the monitor arm by holding that side of the monitor just tilts instead of actually moving like what I kind of want it to do. So you got to kind of be careful with where you're actually holding the monitor as you move it, because that tilt isn't the best. As for these two joints, they're pretty smooth. Even this joint has become fairly smooth. When I first started working on this joint, to me, it seemed like it was hardly moving at all, or that it was rather difficult to move. And honestly, when I first started doing this video, I hadn't moved that at all during the past couple weeks that I've had this going, and I assumed that it was going to be that same tightness, but then when I went to show how hard it was to move, it's actually a lot easier than I remembered. So I don't know what that's about, but that is nicer now. And all around it's pretty good, except for that just way too loose tilt setting. That's my major issue presently with the monitor arm. Comparing that to my Omni-mount monitor arm, the smoothness of it is a little better than the Roswell monitor arm mount, and the tilt settings is much more firm, harder to actually tilt the monitor, which is pretty much my main caveat now for the Roswell monitor arm, is just that tilt setting. If you can get the Roswell monitor arm at a good price, it is definitely a great monitor arm for that price. If you want that higher quality monitor arm, you're going to end up having to spend a lot more money, and I recommend either this Omni-mount type, which for this version I've only been able to see wall mount types, but if you need a desk mount version very similar to the Roswell one, the Amazon Basic monitor arm utilizes the same design as the Omni-mount, but it does have the desk mount option.